Today we're talking body language. Body language is huge. I don't know about you guys, but I was a communications major, and body language to me is extremely interesting. People could be telling me one thing, but based on how their body language is perceived by me, I can sometimes tell that while they may be speaking one thing, their body is telling me something totally different. And it's really interesting how body language can truly affect a conversation, affect how people are perceiving what you're telling you, and can really affect the kind of the openness in relationships. So when somebody is speaking to me, I have a really good perception as to how they're reacting and how they're perceiving what I'm telling them based on the way that they're receiving it with their body language. So, for example, I'm gonna prop up my phone actually. We're gonna prop this up here together. I'm like worried it's gonna fall off the balcony. Hold on. That would be sad. That would be really sad. Okay, so we're gonna come over here because this is how it's gonna work. Okay, so this is like a little bit of a weird angle, but anyways, I'll get past my self-consciousness. So this is an open body position. How often do we receive communication and communicate with others in this open body position? How often do we stand like this when we're communicating? This indicates a closed body position. So those two are just really easy examples of body language and how it can affect how somebody else is perceiving you. So often when I'm communicating with somebody, if they've got their arms crossed in front of them and they're kind of stiff, I automatically perceive that as, okay, they may not be as interested in what I'm telling them, or maybe they're like, a little bit standoffish to what I'm telling them. If they're open, receiving, it's, oh shoot, that was a really bad accident. You guys just witnessed, it's over there, he's pulling the brake on that. Sorry, that really scared me. We hear so many accidents off this balcony, it's really sad. Do not take life for granted. That one didn't look bad enough that anyone's injured. They're both out of the car. But sorry, major distraction. Okay, focus Fox, back at it. Oh, how sad. He's like literally picking up his bumper from the middle of the road. Anyways, okay, back to open body and closed body position. Last night, for example, we had a meeting, and it was not a comfortable topic. We were going over some things with a client, and it's a difficult situation that we're working through with our clients. We ultimately want what's best for them, but we had to go through some really nitty-gritty kind of discussion around a property that they have in escrow right now. And it was interesting because the female in the relationship came in really open and communicative and had an open body position, and her husband was wearing sunglasses and had a really stiff closed body position. And right away I perceived, and I could have called it because based on our prior conversations, that one of them was experiencing a lot of discomfort being there, talking to us, and the other was a lot more comfortable because she's communicated with us a lot during this transaction where he has not. So it made me, kind of question and want to do a musing about it, because it's really important to be aware of how we show up and how we're being perceived by our body language. Start becoming aware of what your body's doing as you're communicating with others, because you may be sending a message that you're closed off, or maybe that you're stiff and not being receptive to what they're saying without even intentionally doing so. Nonverbal communication is huge. It's actually a huge percentage. I think it's 70 to 80%. I'm not sure the exact number, but a huge percentage of communication is all nonverbal. Because if somebody is literally telling you like, oh yeah, I'm really excited about that, then the face I just had was like a face of somebody who's really excited about that. If they look like this when they say that and they're closed, yeah, I'm really excited about that. Do you notice the difference? So just because my, my body language, I'm stiffer, just be aware of how you're showing up. Ascension Leadership Academy, the leadership training that John and I have gone through, was a really big eye-opener for me in this, because they are very strict with open body position. When we're giving and receiving feedback, we have to be continually in open body position, which is calm, relaxed, open, ready to receive, versus our instinctual, sorry, I'm like holding the phone so it's hard for me to do the arms crossed, but versus our instinctual like arms crossed, potentially closed off. We're always looking to protect ourselves traditionally. So I wanted to ask you guys, How do you often show up with your nonverbal communication? Do you find that people maybe are perceiving you in a way that you're not intending because you're, showing up in a manner that maybe seems closed off or standoffish? Just presenting you guys with the thought and the question, because it was something that I noticed dramatically in our meeting yesterday, and I noticed it a lot with clients and with the people that we interact with in meetings. I can typically pulse what the kind of the trajectory of the meeting is going to be based on the body language and how they show up. So just think about that. How are you showing up? How are people perceiving you? And are you, showing up with the body language that supports you and what you want to do in this world? So just wanted to come to you guys with that message. Hope you're having a great Friday. TGIF. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.